Hello, this is gonna be a long one. Buckle up, get ready. We are tier ranking all of the books I've read this year. I think it's like 50 some. I think this is in order I read them. So we'll quickly go through my categories. So we have LOL, no. These are the 1-star books or DNFs that just no. Bleh is bleh. I mean, it's a no. It's a no from me, but still not quite absolutely terrible. And then we have meh, with mid, like the 3-star, and then we have very good, which is like the 4-ish star, which are very good. And then we have live, laugh, love it, 5, 6 stars, love it, live, laugh, breathe it, think about it every day. First up, we have One Day in December. I read this the first day this year because I'm like, I want to get this read towards December. One Day in December, I'm putting this in bleh. I don't remember much about it, and it was a little like weird kinda, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't really, and I haven't thought about it since. Then we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I think I'm putting this in live, laugh, love it. I was living, laughing, and loving. It was just so fun, and it felt like I was watching a rom-com. It was so funny, and I loved the characters, and like, I feel like Liz in it, I kind of saw myself in her a little bit, and some things she liked and did. Then we have The No-Show. In between bleh and meh, I think I'm gonna put it in meh because the idea of it was really good. I really liked the idea of it, but I just didn't end up loving the book, or I wasn't super into it, so we'll put it in meh. Then we have A Court of Silver Flames. I'm putting this in very good. It definitely was one of my least favorite of this series, but it was still super good, and I love the world, so it's definitely a very good. And this book was probably the longest book I've read in my reading career. And then we have Caraval. I'm putting this in meh. I think I gave it around a 3 stars. It was a super good book, but I feel like I wanted more out of it. It was a little confusing and boring. I did really like it, but I don't know, something about it just didn't hit. I still do think about this world sometimes, like just how like the vibes of it were so magical. And then we have The Flat Share. This is another meh. It was good, but I never think about it again. It served the purpose of cute fast read, and that's about it. And then we have Legendary by Stephanie Garber again. This is the second book in the Caraval series. I think I gave this one around a 3 star again. One thing I remember about this book was at the end of it, Stephanie Garber had like some of her annotations from when she was writing the book, and I did really think that was cool, but I couldn't even tell you what happened in this book. I think I did give it like a 4 star, but like looking back, if I can't even remember what happened, it's going in the meh. Same thing with, I'm gonna give it a meh also, but I think I did end up rating it a 4 star, but again, I don't really remember what happened. I feel like my favorite was probably Legendary or Finale. I can't remember which one, but yes. And we have Once Upon a Broken Heart with Stephanie Garber. I really did like this world, and I definitely read Caraval so I can get to this series. So a solid 4 star. Love the magic, love just the idea of this book. And then we have The Ballad of Never After. I did like this one more than the first one, but I still stuck with the 4 star rating. The ending of this, holy cliffhanger. The way that we have to wait till October to find out what happens, I can't. And we have Begin Again by Emma Lord. I think this is a solid meh book. It served the purpose, and I did read it at a good time because I was like the same age and experiencing the same things as the character, so that was fun, but it didn't really stick with me. But one thing I did like about this is there was like a good plot besides the romance. It's some like secret society type thing if I remember right, but yeah. Then we have To All the Boys I Loved Before. I'm putting this in very good. This, I think I was sick when I read this, and I just wanted something to completely vibe out to, and that's what I got. And I think The rest of the story I'll probably put in the meh, because the first one really just hits and then the series kind of gets drug out a bit, but it's still good and it still was exactly what I wanted. And then we have Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I'm putting this in Live Laugh Love. I think about this book a lot and it was so good. I feel like it isn't talked about as much, so I'll quickly do a summary, but it's like she is trying to be an assassin, so she goes to this like school of them and she has to like fight for her position, and then there's twists and turns, friendships, love. It is so good. And then we have The Kiss of Deception. This series, I am like so conflicted on what to rate it. I think I'm gonna put this one in very good. I love this series a lot and I think about the world and the characters a lot actually, but I do remember when I was reading it, it did get kind of boring, so I think I'm gonna put the first and the third one in very good, and then the second one in meh, because it did get a little boring and like they were literally on horses the entire book. Well, one thing is the Kiss of Deception series does technically go before the Dance of Thieves series. So I read that to reread Dance of Thieves, which I actually read in 2022, but I reread it this year. I'm gonna give Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves both very goods. They were super good, and the reread definitely went better than the first time I read it, because the first time I read it I wasn't super into fantasy yet, but the second time I ended up really liking it, and same with the second one. The second one was probably better than the first for me. And then I got The Love Wager. I don't know what this text thing is on it, but I put it in meh. I do love Lynn Painter, but I do think her YA books are usually better. This was super good. I love the idea of it. It was like they made a bet on who could find love first, and then when the dates didn't go well, they kind of had a date together, and it was so cute. And then another one, I don't know. Freaking Shatter Me series. No, I know Ignite Me was very good. The rest, we're putting Fracture Me in bleh, and the other ones in meh. This series, like, it's good when I'm reading it, but I look back on it and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I still haven't finished the series because I just have no motivation to, so convince me to. And then we have to the top. No, I'm putting her. I'm gonna organize the first one in my order of books I liked. Okay. Miss Magnolia Parks. This book, it's about a toxic relationship, but it is so good, and I thought I was gonna hate it. I actually like soft DNF'd it for like a month, and then I picked it back up and flew through it and loved it. And then we have the rest of the Shatter Me series. Like, dude, I don't even know what happened in any of these books. They're all going in meh. And we have Daisy Hates. I'm putting this in very good. I give this 4 stars. I just wasn't as hooked as I was in Magnolia Parks, so that's why. Then we have The Long Way Home. This is a 5-star book. However, I will say in this one, I did get a little annoyed with the toxicity of their relationship, but it was still amazing, and the cover just deserves a 5-star. Freaking Defy Me. I have no clue what happened in that book. It's going in meh. We have The Housemaid. I'm putting this in 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I read it in one day. And then as for the second, I don't think The Housemaid is a 5-star book, but I think it deserves to be in Live, Laugh, Love because it was a really good thriller. And then the second one here, I'm going to put it in very good because it was still very good. And yeah, and I didn't know what was coming in either of these. Freaking More Shatter Me. I can't. Meh. Seriously. I could not tell you anything about these books. And then I have Bewitched. So this one I just randomly picked up at Barnes one day, and it was like she was at a school and they were magical, and you could have like pets in it, which was really cool. And it was kind of like she awakened something evil type thing. It was actually really good. I would recommend it. It kind of left off on a cliffhanger though. And then we have freaking Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. This is probably my favorite book out of the series. Yeah. I loved this book so much. And I love Julian so much. Alright, and then we got The Serpent, The Wings of the Night. I played this in very good. I do definitely think about this series still, but it just wasn't 5-star material, but we'll put it at the top of the very good. And then we had like a little novella in that series. I'm gonna put it in meh because it was a little novella, not much to go off of. And then Happy Place by Emily Henry, I'm putting this in very good. I gave it a high 4 stars. Something about it just didn't give me the 5-star feeling. Okay, next up we got Then She Was Found by Lisa Jewell. This is another very good thriller book. I don't read a lot of thrillers, and I'm not really that smart when it comes to guessing plot twists, but this one was really entertaining. I loved it, and I liked how there's like reveals throughout. We got The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I'm just putting this in very good again. It was really good. I liked the ending. And then we got Miss Fourthling all the way to the top. It's probably the ranking. It's probably the ranking for my top books of the year up there, like in order. Miss Fourthling. Oh my gosh, you guys. Incredible. We got friendship, we got romance, we got dragons, we got Hunger Games, we got Divergent, we got it all in that book. Go read that book. The hype is so real. And then I read Billy Summers by Stephen King. This is so different from anything I've ever read, and it was so good. The first half was literally a 6-star book for me, and then something about the last half kind of fell off a bit, so I did knock it down to a 4 stars because it was so good, and then something about it just, I don't know. And then I have Float. This book was super cool. It is a Wattpad story. Originally she started when she was 15 and then finished it like 10 years later, which is amazing. It's about this girl who goes to live with her aunt in Florida for the summer, and she's from Alaska, so it's like a big change, and it was super fun, just not something super memorable. Practice Makes Perfect. I really enjoyed this. I read it in one day, and that whole day I was just like, it was all I could think about. But looking back on it, I haven't really thought about it since. But since I enjoyed it so much while reading it, it's a good 4 star. And then we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. Now this one I'm also conflicted on. I did not like the guy in this book or their relationship really, but I do think about the world a lot and like stuff that happened in it, so I'm so conflicted on if I should continue the series, so please help. And we have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I think I might put this in bleh. It was really short and I didn't really love their relationship or the main characters, and it did kind of annoy me. Summer Broken Rules. This was a 5 star. I loved this book so much. The vibes in it were incredible. It was about a game of assassin in Nantucket, like a whole family game, and it was so much fun. I loved that aspect of it, and I loved like just like the whole plot line of the game, I guess. We have Alex Approximately. This one was very good. It's about like 2 people who chat anonymously online and then they secretly meet up but they don't know it's each other. The whole idea of that was literally so cool. I loved that, but again, it's just not something super memorable. I did really like the plot aspects of this book. It was definitely way more than just a romance. And we have The Inmate by Frida McFadden. This is also a very good book. It was super interesting concept. She went to work at a prison, and her ex, who she kind of sort of put in that prison, is there. I did not see the plot twist coming at all, and they did get a little far-fetched though at the end, so I wasn't like obsessed, but I did like it. Infinity Between Us, meh. I don't know why, but I kind of associate this book with my book slump, and it was just meh. I don't think about it at all. And then What Happens After Midnight, same thing. I expected so much from this because clearly I rated The Summer Broken Rules high, but it disappointed. It was pretty boring. Beach Read. This was a reread. I read it for the first time, I think in May, and then I reread it in June because I liked it that much. And solid 5-star book. I love it. I love the characters. I love the story, everything like that. And this is my most recent read, The Assassin's Blade. It's a solid, very good book. It is like a prequel, though, so I can't fully give it 5 stars. But yes, here's the completed thing. We don't have any LOL no's, which is amazing. We do have a lot of 4 stars. I could use a 5-star read soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and let me know if you agree with my tier ranking, and let me know if you have any book critics. Bye!